to the nights we felt alive. I try to change for you, but you stay the same.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a video. I know today's video is supposed to just be like my meals and kind of my workout in the morning, but I just wanted to share, as you can see, a cold sore on my lip. Can't see them. I have psoriasis really bad. So I just wanted to share this little thing, and I don't know why I want to share it, but I just feel like I'm supposed to share it. So I recently just recorded my testimony for my podcast, Your Best Self podcast. And you guys, it was one of the hardest things that I had to do, because if you've listened to my testimonies, I have a few different testimonies, and they're not different. They all piece together, but there's this one area of my testimony. You'll have to listen to the episode. It's probably released as this video will be released. I'm speaking on Monday. It gets released on Tuesday, but this video won't be released till later. But it was one of the hardest things I had to do, because I realized that if I was going to start speaking to women, to you guys, on how to be your best self, that I knew that there was a part of me that I had to share with you. There's a part of me that I had to show you what I've had to go through, the horrible decisions and mistakes that I had to make that almost overcame me. I knew that I had to share my story because in order to be your best self, the number one thing you have to have is a good relationship with yourself. And what's the number one foundation for a relationship with yourself? It has to be based on honesty and trust. And it can be easy to think that those past mistakes, they'll just go away. If you just forget about them, they just go away. But and I'm not saying that you have to share your story for it to bring healing, but maybe you do, even if it's just with one person, to share your story or to talk about it with a counselor, because those things don't go away. And the more you keep them in the dark is kind of almost like you saying to your relationship with yourself, like, it doesn't matter. And it almost is like you have so much shame from it that you can't bring it out. And shame is not a good thing to hold on to. It will make you make even worse decisions. It's just not a good thing. And so, I had to face my demons. This was the last thing that had to come out. I had to share with you guys because at the end of the day, when I think really what we're here on this earth for is to, is for God's glory. That's what I believe with all my heart. And so if I went through something and he brought me out of it, he didn't bring me out of it for me to hide and pretend I never went through it. The most beautiful thing, okay, I'm going to share with you guys this one thing. So I was watching, I think it was the X Factor or America's Got Talent or something like that. And there's this little boy, like really young, playing this violin, like crazy good, like so good. And this little boy, his story, he had overcome cancer. And, he talked about at the end, just making the best, being the best that you can with the life that you've given, and making the best out of your life, even through the worst of circumstances. And I felt God speak to me in that moment, and I felt like I'm saying, Hannah, what are you doing with your story? What are you doing with your story? He's making music. He had fought cancer, but your story is you got out of addiction. You got out of these crazy things. You've overcame sexual abuse and image distortion and body dysmorphia, and those are still things that I kind of battle with still, but he brought me out of the pits of hell, this darkness that I was in. And what was I doing with that? We are meant, when you get brought out of something, you're not meant to go back to it. You are meant to share with others that are in it, no matter what anybody else thinks. And so I'm finding myself battling this, like, okay, God, I'll share my story. And, I went to share my story, and it's like recording, and I was just getting so mad because I couldn't just, like, I couldn't seem to focus. I was getting mad, like, what's the point? And like I just burst into tears and just so stressed out and so anxious, and all my pride and all my ego, and and I just felt like God saying, just humble yourself. Humble yourself. And you know what? Sometimes sharing a part of our brokenness is humbling ourselves. It's scary. It's scary to let people in when you've been hurt and when bad things have happened and you have shame and stuff. But unless you let that out, you can't forgive yourself. And so part of mending a relationship with yourself is forgiving yourself, is for speaking out your truth, for letting it out and forgiving yourself. And I knew that sharing my story was a part of that. I knew that I couldn't go where God was going to lead me and what He has planned for my life if I didn't let it out, if I didn't share. But you guys, it has done some things to me, my physical health. Like, this is, cold sores and psoriasis, really bad, feeling depressed and sad and happy, and a whirlwind of emotions that I just didn't expect. I had to relive those mistakes as I'm sharing them on my podcast, relive everything. And it was hard, because I know I'm not that person anymore. But I think I realized I hadn't forgiven her for making those choices. And so there's just so much healing, and just my body is almost like I've got zits. It's like detoxing. Healing will always bring detoxing, and it's going to come out in ugly ways. But, they say when you detox and your skin breaks out and you kind of feel sick, like that's good because it's getting rid of the toxins. Well, I know now that this is just the after effect of cleansing. I've cleansed and I feel good, / stressed about sharing my story. But, it's at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about those that are in the dark, that are struggling, that my story will give them hope, give you hope, whoever you are watching this, that is, at the end of the day, I had to put aside my pride. I had to put aside being afraid of what some people think, realizing it doesn't matter what people think, because if the people are going to judge me for my story of who I used to be, that just means they're in a darker place than I ever was. And the people that have been through things and came out of things, and that they would be like, wow, like, good for you for sharing your story. And the people that aren't there, and the people that are stuck where I used to be, will need the story, and it will be like water to a thirsty soul, to a parched soul. My story will be water. And this is what I was feeling, but I was battling this. And I remember thinking, I'm putting down the phone, and I was just like, God, I'm not doing this. I screamed, you guys. I was so angry. I said, what do you want from me? Like, how am I supposed to share my story? It's not going to make any difference. It was almost these two sides of me, you guys. That girl that I used to be, that not me, and then the real me. And God says in His word that we will fight flesh and spirit, that the spirit in us will be fighting the flesh, and that there's this war going on within us. And I felt that. I was talking to my mom, and I just screamed and got angry. And at the moment that I screamed, I just felt like, this is it. I am facing that girl that is screaming at me to shut my mouth, because when I let this out, the light is going to come in. Whatever darkness that is making me feel like I need to hide who I was, that's just darkness. And then if I let it out, guess what? The only thing that can replace darkness is light. Light will come in and replace that, so that my story will shine light onto others. And anyways, you guys, I went on and on and on, but I just wanted to let you know kind of where I'm at right now, what I'm going through. There's just so many changes and so many things, and I'm I've been sharing with you guys, like, competing and building my business, and I just really realized that I don't want to be anybody else. It can be so easy to get caught up and want to be other people, or want to be, these fitness people, or want to, that's been my dream, is to be in Oxygen magazine, my dream to win, my dream to this. But before, my focus used to always be inspired by other people wanting to be them, but I don't want to be them anymore. I want to build a tribe of women that look up to me, that I can inspire them to be their best self. For those people that look up to you, for the people that look up to you, I want to inspire you to be okay with being you, that every part of you is perfect and good. Even the imperfect things, even the mistakes that you've made, there's nothing wrong with those things, because God is in the restoration business. He is in the business of making something that was broken fixed again, better than new. He is in that business. And man, you guys, I have been on such fire lately, and I just felt like I wanted to connect with you and tell you that. So if you want to go and listen to my story, I know there's a few testimonies in my on my YouTube channel here, but this is my story. This is the story of how I overcame drugs and alcohol, the story of how I found my faith, how God saved me, all the supernatural things that really happened to me, how I had to really lose myself, to find God, and how I ended up here in Edmonton, and how I went from being an addict to a business owner, to a successful business owner, to being married in a beautiful home with 2 amazing healthy kids, and being able to sit here today and share with you what that looked like, because it wasn't easy. I had to face demons, and even when I thought I had made it, telling my story, I said to my mom, I thought I was past this, Mom. I thought I was healed from this. And now these things that I thought I never had to remember, I could just run away from, because you guys, I ran away from Vancouver and thinking that I could run away from it and change everything and quit drugs. And yes, that was great. And yes, that happened. But I thought I was running away, but God was bringing it right back in, because, you know, He will use those broken things in your life to make something beautiful. And not just for you, for others, to connect you with others. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We are here to let our lights shine. We are here to show that God isn't after the perfect, but the imperfect. That God loves everybody. And the more we can show our flaws, and the more we can be relatable, you know, I just need everybody that follows me to know my story. And if you don't like my story, or don't like me after my story, then you can unfollow me, because at the end of the day, I want a tribe of women that want to pursue everything that God has got for them. Everything. And knowing that you have a purpose. And I want to inspire you to take care of your body, and to eat healthy, and to pursue faith with everything that you've got, and to pursue God with everything that you got, and to know that everything that He's created you for is amazing and so good. And you need to become your best self. You need to, you know, have a healthy relationship with yourself built on honesty and trust. And if I can lead as an example and humble myself and go, okay, you know what? I've made really bad choices. I shouldn't be alive right now. I've made really bad choices to the point where I shamed myself. Nobody knew, but I shamed that girl. I hated her. I didn't talk about because I hated her. But you know what? Telling my story, I'm saying I forgive her. I forgive her, and guess what? Thank you, because she was strong, because she came out the other side and became this person. And that's amazing. And your story is amazing. And maybe your story isn't as crazy as my story, but maybe there's a few things that resonate with you. Then that's fine. You don't have to have a crazy story, but there's always something, life lessons that, you know, are not meant for us to hide, but to bring out into the light, so that we can reach more people to be the best. We are stronger together, ladies. We are stronger together. We need to see that God has created us so uniquely and so beautifully, and that we need to stay connected, and we need to stay humble, and we need to stay honest, and we need to put down our pride and say, you know what? I feel your pain. I've been there too. I'm willing to put aside this facade that I wish that Instagram wants to see, or that the world wants to see. And yeah, that's just an image, but this is what really goes on to get me that area. Whatever ugliness has to go on to bring out the beauty, right? You have to be willing to face your demons. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's where I'm at today. I had all this plan of recording workouts, and I just feel wiped today. I decided to listen to Julie Solomon, the influencer. I'm doing this 3-series video. She's amazing. I just love her. She's has so much good things to teach you on building an authentic influence, and it reconfirmed why I shared my story, and it made me feel that it was okay. So anyways, you guys, do you listen to Julie Solomon? Do you know who she is? Comment below if any of this resonated with you. You guys, I'll put my links to my podcast below. I hope, if you've not, if this isn't you, but you know someone going through stuff, please share my podcast with someone that it may be a light to. And enjoy the rest of my food, you guys. Hopefully this video's not super long, but that's it, guys.
Picking up the pieces on a summer night, I didn't know that I would feel just like my heart's on fire whenever I'm with you.
Hey guys, so I'm doing shoulders with a little bit of back today. As you've seen, I did like an assisted pull-up on the Smith machine. I love this one, even if you can do full body pull-ups. I love the way it targets the lats, but it's great if you don't know how to do a pull-up. Setting up that Smith machine, making sure that when you reach your hands up, the tops of your fingers touch it, and this can help you progress to a full pull-up too. But I like doing them just the way that they make me feel. All right, guys, and then I did an Arnold press. My first set I did time under tension. So what that means is I did 1 count up, 1, 2, 3, 4 counts down. Nice and slow, and then power up. The rest of my sets, you guys, I'm doing drop sets. So what that means is I have 4, 4, and 4. I start off heavier. I do max out at 4 reps, put them down, 4 more reps, max out, and then lighter weights, 4 more reps, max out, and that's a drop set, so that would be 1. So that's what I'm doing today. I also wanted to, you guys, this is my second week waking up super early in the morning. Not waking up super early, but exercising. Because I do have time to work out in a day, but I'm focusing on growing my business and creating workouts and programs for you guys. And I compete in March, and it's funny because I was finding myself not wanting to work out today, and that's why you need a strong why. And so getting on stage for me is a strong why. Being in a category that my body type is made for is a strong why for me. Having the chance to have that option to go to the IFBB or maybe one day the Olympia, that's my why for me. Just seeing how far my body can go, that's my why. And so when I was feeling, like I was wanting to continue to watch TV last night, I turned my thing off, my Netflix, and I went to bed because I knew that I had to get up early today. I knew I needed to start my week because how you start your week sets the tone for the rest of your week. Same with your morning. How you set your morning sets the tone for the rest of the week. How you start your first workout sets the tone for the rest of your workout. So just remember that. I better get back to this workout. So you guys, I have increased my weight. If you've seen my social media posts, I was talking about progressive overload. This is how you get stronger too. I was doing 25s and I felt like I could do more than 4 reps of 25, so it was too light. So now I'm going up to 30s. And so every time you work out, try to increase the weight a little bit. Even if you, let's say, here's an example. You have 12 reps and you've been doing, let's say 15 pounds. And it's starting to get a little bit easy. Then go up to 20s. If you can only do 5 to 6 reps of 20s, that's okay. Max out with that weight, put them down, and then finish your reps off. And then every time you go and see if you can get more than 5 or 6 reps with the 20s. Pretty soon you'll be up to 12 reps. Then you're gonna bump up the weight again, and this is called progressive overload. It's not going so heavy that you lose your form, but it's increasing it until that muscle failure, and then finishing off the reps. So I love this way of training. It's my favorite. So here we go. 30 pounds.
Away, playing in my mind all the things I never close my eyes, and the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can do it all again, and I'll never let you go. voice on the telephone. I know it's a supercut as you walk away. Playing in my mind all the things I never. Close my eyes and the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can't do it all again, and I'll never let you go. Take me back to the nights we felt alive, picking up the pieces on a summer night. I didn't know that I would feel just like my heart's on fire whenever I'm with you. Cause we go back in time, the thrills I miss, and all the things I wish we did. All I know is that I need somebody like you. Cause I can't waste another night sitting here alone, hoping for your voice on the telephone. I know it's a supercut as you walk away. Playing in my mind all the things I never. Close my eyes and the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can do it all again, and I'll never let you go.
Post-workout, having creatine by Beyond Yourself. I usually have a juice box. I put BCAAs in it, and I put glutamine in it as well. So I'm going to drink that and shake it. Today, instead of a juice box, I'm going to use Carbian by Allmax. So for half a scoop, it's 25 carbohydrates. So why you want to mix sugar with creatine is because it's obvious. It spikes your insulin, so it shoots the creatine back into your muscle stores. Like instantly. Now you don't absorb 100% of the creatine, you can't, but with the sugar it makes it a higher percentage. So like I think up to 60% absorption with a bit of instant sugar after. So I'm going to take the Carbian today because it's also got electrolytes and a few other things that I'm fighting a cold, so I just want to make sure that my body's getting everything it needs. So this is what I have for post-workout.
I'm missing all the things I wish we did. All I know is that.
Alright guys, this one's really good. The flavor is called Blue Bomb Pop Carbian. And the reason you want to have carbs right after workout is because you want to replenish those muscle glycogen stores, okay? That's nutrient timing, you guys, of your workout, of your meals after your workouts is really important. For one, because it replenishes everything back, so then when you go to do your next workout, you have enough energy, you have enough strength to do it. If you're not eating properly and refueling your body properly with the right nutrients, that your workouts are going to suffer, your energy is going to suffer, your mental health, everything. It affects everything. So making sure that you're eating the right amount of macros, making sure that you're refueling your body and fueling your body for your workouts and things like that. So it's really important, as well as protein after your workout too, because when you have carbohydrates, it helps shoot the protein back into your muscles again, just like the creatine again. So after like a weightlifting session, I would have both. I would have like some type of carb, sugar, straight sugar, creatine, protein, and then after my workout, or after just like a cardio workout, carbs are probably the best source, but I always have a little bit of protein. So a good rule of thumb is no less than 20 grams of protein right after a workout, 20 grams minimum, and then up to 40 to 60 grams of carbohydrates after your workout too. So a little bit of both together. Creatine, you guys, is also really good. Don't be afraid, ladies, of creatine. It will help your strength, your endurance in the gym. It helps everything. It's so good. It does not make you fat or bloated. You have to take it properly, which is right after a workout, not before a workout. And if it does make you a little bloated, it only lasts about 30 minutes and then it goes away, but it gives you a nice pump. It fills your muscles so that they get that nice round look. I love creatine. I think that all women should take it. Yeah, and it helps your strength in the gym too. So yeah, there you go. I'll put all the links down in the show notes to you guys, and I'll be showing you all my food today. And yeah, that's it. See you soon. All right, you guys, so I'm having my protein now. I'm having 1 scoop, and then when I come back after I shower, I'm gonna have my breakfast, which I'll show you, and then I put another scoop in there because there's about 23 grams of protein here in my shake, which I'm gonna have for after my workout. This is the Blessed brand, clear vegan. This one's the salted caramel. I'm hoping Beyond Yourself is going to bring a plant-based protein soon, because that's the supplement that's my favorite brand that I rep, that I love. So right now this is the best tasting plant-based protein. I'm gonna drink this. I will see you guys at my next meal. You guys, I want to show you my breakfast quickly. I have clients coming and I have to quickly get ready. So you guys, I've got pumpkin in here. I just get the big cans of pumpkin puree, just plain pumpkin. Got pumpkin here, and I'm gonna do half a scoop of Blessed protein. About half a scoop, maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 3/4 of a scoop actually. Okay, and then I'm gonna dump it in here. And I'm gonna stir this. I just got my girls on the bus. I just did some social media posts. Still trying to learn this like balance with like trying to build my business online and do content for you guys. So all I do is, and with vegan proteins, you guys, it's not like whey. If you put whey protein in here, it's gonna make it a lot more runny. So you may need more vegan proteins because it's got like more starchy proteins. It's gonna thicken it right up. So this is what I do. I put this in here. It's really good, by the way. And then you guys, I've got this granola. It's coconut cashew butter. I'm only putting 1/4 cup because it is super high in fat. And it's my high carb day. So I'm just gonna dump it on here. As you guys see, just like that. And then I'm going to use Walden's Farms syrup. I use the maple. I'm just going to put this like this. I'm going to do 1/4 cup. And dump it on there. And then you guys, have got my blueberries. I'm just gonna grab a handful. I have to do this fast. Boom. There you go. There is my first meal / you see my post-workout. This is my first meal. I've got to hurry up and get going. I'll see you guys at my next meal.
Second time, the thrills I miss, and all the things I wish we did. All I know is that I need somebody like you, 'cause I can't waste another night sitting here alone, hoping for your voice on the telephone. I know it's a supercut.
My food is heated. I heat it for about a minute, and I'm going to literally, it's so good, dump this stuff on. Even though the dates, when's the date? September, oh shoot. That shouldn't be good. Oh well, we'll see what happens. I should have checked the date. But it doesn't smell bad, so. And then I'm gonna put cilantro stuff in it, and I'm just gonna eat this And then I have clients coming, another group training session to do, and I literally just eat it like that. I love it, you guys. It's so good. I look forward to it every day. That's my second-ish meal for the day. Hey guys, so I'm just eating my how many meals? I don't know. Maybe my fourth meal. So I've got a protein shake. It is my high carb day, so I'm just going to show you what I'm eating. You guys, I have a protein shake just mixed with water. I have got 19 grams of rice cake, that's 14 carbs, and a cup of strawberries because I love strawberries. So that is my next meal. If you have any comments, you guys, or questions about my food, or you would like to see certain food, please leave the comments below. I would love to share with you guys. You guys, this is my dinner tonight. Those were
And this is me.
turkey meatballs.
Me too.
And asparagus, and then that cauliflower mash.